Good afternoon, everybody. It is Super Bowl Sunday here in Central Florida. I am in Deltona. Super Bowl is about an hour and a half away in Tampa. It's a beautiful 78-degree day here. It's going to be gorgeous. Anyway, today I'm going to show you how I changed the oil in my 2008 Honda Accord. Pretty simple. If you don't know how to do it, I'm going to take you through step by step what you need to do. And let me get this set up. I'll get it on the ramps and we'll get started. Alright guys, there is the oil filter, which will come off last. There's the oil drain pan plug. A lot of times this needs a little bit of coercing, which I've already tried it and it does. There we go. You just want to get that to where it's loose. Get your catch pan set up because it's going to shoot out fast. Basically all you want to do, make sure you got a good hold of that drain plug. Just about there. And there we go. As you can see, it's a little black. It's been over a year, but then again I also haven't drove it in a year. So anyway, that's that for now. So I'm going to let that drain out. I'm probably, the way that I do it is I let it sit here for probably a good half hour draining. If you take it into one of those places that do the quick oil change in 10 minutes, they'll open it up like this and they'll get that plug back in and get it filled up and get you out of there really quick, which means that they actually leave a bunch of old oil in there. I like to leave it up, let it drain out completely best I can. So I'm going to let it sit here and drip for probably a good half hour, 45 minutes, and then I'll be back to take off the oil filter. See you then. Alright guys, look, as you can see, it's been a half hour. It's still dripping a little bit, but I'm going to put this plug back in anyway. That's why I like to leave it drip. As you can see, it's been a half hour and it's still dripping quite a bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it is. That's why I like to leave it sit. That's why I like to do it myself. So anyway, I'm going to put this plug back in. You want to make sure you get that nice and tight too. Because I've known people that have gone to those places and they didn't tighten that nut up all the way and they ended up losing all their oil. Luckily they didn't ruin their engine. Alright, now with that done, now we're going to tackle the filter, which is right there. I have a oil filter wrench, but it's the wrong size for this one, so I'm just going to use a pair of large channel locks. Basically, all you need to do is get it around there, grab onto it, and hopefully twist this off. See if I can get it here. Moving slowly, that's moving. Once you get that seal broke, like right there, then you can turn it back in. Make sure your drain bucket is underneath it because it's going to come out with a bunch of oil. Make sure you got a glove on. And what I like to do is spin it and then drop it back. There comes the oil. Does get slippery. There we go. And then you dump it. Turn it over to dump the oil out of there. Now that is also going to drain for a little bit, which is fine. It's what you want. You want to get all the old oil out of there. Alright, that should be good for the filter, and I'll just take it and wrap it up in a rag here for now, so I don't get oil all over the place. Wipe my glove off. Alright, now I'm going to let that drain probably for about another 20 minutes also. So I will see you then. Alright guys, there you go. Stop dripping. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a rag and wipe that down up there. You got the threads and you got the seat. Just wipe that down. Get oil off of there. Now I still got my old oil right here. Just going to take my finger and around the top of this rubber gasket here. Just going to wipe oil all the way around that rubber gasket. Just like so. Get a nice coating on there. And then basically, all you do is you screw it back on. Now you want to make sure this gets on there kind of tight. You get it tight, you'll feel it get seated. You'll feel it start getting tight. And then what you want to do is, if you can, try to get two hands on it and give it a good snug. Just like that. And then I like to wipe everything off here, just to be on the safe side. Alright guys, well that's it for down here. Let's go up top. Alright guys, we're back up on top of the engine right now. The engine will tell you what kind of oil you need. This one happens to be 5W20, okay? You can get whatever oil you want. In my opinion, as long as you do it on a regular basis, oil is oil. So basically what I'm going to do now, I just got mine O'Reilly's brand oil. I'm going to pour, this is a 5-quart thing, I'm going to pour half of it in right now. Now while that goes in, I'm just going to do a quick peek underneath the car just to make sure nothing's coming out. And it's not. So now what I like to use is a can of STP oil treatment. I've been doing this for years and years and years. And all of my cars have gotten well over 200,000 miles. And most of the time I traded them in. But they would have kept going. Like right now, my Mazda right now has 202,000 miles on it, and it still runs great. Now this stuff is very thick, and it does take a long time to go through the funnel. So you just want to sit here and wait till it all goes down. It's still coming out of the can, as you can see. It's still not all the way through the funnel yet. Once it does, I'm going to set this down in there, and then I'm going to leave it for like 5 minutes. There it goes, just clearing the funnel right now. There we go. I'm just going to set that in there like that. Leave it in there for about 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Alright, that's done. I'm going to finish putting in the rest of this oil from this big can here. There we go, that's done. Gonna take the funnel out. Wipe it off a little bit. Take the cap. Screw it back on. This is a screw kind. Get tight. Alright, now let's go in the car and I'll show you what we do in there. Alright guys, now we're going to reset the oil life indicator on the dash. So So basically what you want to do, you want to take your key, turn it to the run position, which is the one just before start. Right there. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to toggle with the button here. Mine is on oil life now, but most people have it on, you know, mileage or temperature. Like right now it's 80 degrees out, beginning of February. But anyway, you want to go to where it says oil life there. See, it says oil life 40. So now what you want to do is you want to hold this button in for about 10 seconds or so until that starts flashing. There we go, it's flashing. Okay, release it, push it and hold it in for another 5 seconds or so. There you go, it changes back to 100%. And basically that's it. That is how you change the oil on a 2008 Honda Accord. Hope this helps. Leave me a note in the comments if it did. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel for more helpful hints. Later. Okay guys, and always, always, always recycle your oil. I got these 5-gallon jugs. I put them in. When these get full, you can take them to any auto parts store. Anyone. AutoZone, O'Reilly's, anyone, to dispose of this oil properly. You don't want to put it in the garbage. You don't want to dump it in the ground. So always, always, always dispose of your oil properly.